Max Holloway usually generally always gets disrespected before fights. He's been in a lot of wars. He's had the heart issues. I wonder where his focus is. You know what I mean? As you know, he's been fighting a long time, even though he's 29. But he's in a different class than fighter than Calvin, isn't he, Joey? We're talking about a champion and a guy that's been in there with the best of the best.
I think so. I mean, look, the only question I have coming into this bout, look, if Max gets caught on the chin, Cater can hurt him. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But Max is pretty slick. You know what I mean? I think that Max is going to beat him. I think he's going to outwork him. Now again, I agree with you. Max's motivation. I mean, how do you go from a couple title bouts? He lost to Poirier. He beat Frankie Edgar. Then he had those two losses to Volkanovski. The last one being pretty disappointing. He was a little upset about the decision. Again, I've said it over and over. I think Volkanovski did win the last 3 rounds of that fight. Holloway won the first 2. Qatar comes into this fight against he's fought a whole bunch of a different level of opposition. And maybe it's a horrible comparison, but you look at the two fighters for what they are, and you say, okay, well, the stats, Cater's got good stats compared to Max's. They match up well on paper and these things. But, a Division III, say, basketball team against a Division I basketball team, the D3 team's got good stats, too, against mediocre opposition, where the D1 team could be, against really, really good teams. And, again, I don't know if that's the right analogy, but I think Max has been in there with much better competition. And Grant, going into that Poirier fight, I said earlier in the week, he won 12 in a row going into that Poirier fight. And look, a loss to Dustin Poirier, there's no shame on that. I mean, we might see a big upset next week. We'll get to it next week. But, Dustin Poirier is not a walkover for Conor McGregor. And everybody, and look at the price on that, how it's going up. Anyways, all things said and done, I think Max will outwork him in this fight. Might be close. I hope the judges get it right.
It looks like right